Who is messing with my whales?
In the 2020 video game Beyond Blue, you play as a marine biologist doing research around a tropical atoll in the South China Sea. This game, made by Eline Media with the help of scientists, OceanX, and the BBC Natural History Unit, is made as an educational experience to let people engage with marine ecosystems and learn about marine life. It, though, also aims to expose threats the ocean is experiencing because of man. In this video, I hope to dive into the world of marine conservation and how it is presented in this video game. The game's story has three main conservation stories within it: illegal undersea mining, harmful algae blooms, and a story of hope. Okay, let's unpack this. So deep sea mining first. In the ocean there are hydrothermal vents. They are formed when superheated water from within the earth comes out of cracks in the seafloor, bringing with it plenty of minerals. When the superheated water comes in contact with the frigid seawater of the deep sea, these minerals precipitate out, depositing into a chimney-like formation. This basically creates a big deposit of sometimes rare and valuable minerals just sitting on the seabed. This has drawn the attention of mining companies who send machines into the depths to extract polymetallic nodules, manganese crusts, and sulfide deposits out of these formations. This can happen in extinct vents, but also active ones that support special communities of marine life. In Beyond Blue, the sounds of one of these operations disturb the local sperm whales the protagonist is studying, and later in the game, when she is diving in the depths, she comes across the remnants of the operation, chewing into an active vent field. Beyond destroying these precious Edens of the deep, which actually has endangered a really neat snail known as the sea pangolin, the mining leaches heavy metals into the water, and often during the operation the miners just dump the tailings back into the sea after getting what they want, creating plumes of sediment that can clog filter-feeding organisms or mess with local zooplankton populations. In the game, I really like how they make the issue more complex, by making the miners going after rare minerals for solar panels, which is an actual issue we as a society are going to have to face in a quest to go carbon neutral. The effects of a harmful algae bloom is the emotional core of this video game. The game, though, seems to only depict one small aspect of this phenomenon: the toxins. During these algal blooms, the algae is so common the small amounts of toxins they produce become so concentrated that it is harmful when ingested, or even just swimming through it. As shown in the game, it is enough to kill whales. These blooms are generally because of an overabundance of nutrients in the water and are increasing globally, with global warming and the chemical wastes of agricultural runoff and sewage being the primary drivers. Beyond the toxins, they also create dead zones, where after being super plentiful, the algae dies en masse. The decomposition of all this organic material uses up all the oxygen in the water column, wiping out all aerobic life around where the bloom occurred. Finally, because the developers understand that talking about conservation can be really depressing, they put in a story of hope. Leatherback turtles are amazing marine reptiles that have been hit hard by global warming, poaching, and plastic pollution. In the story, the local leatherback population was wiped out in the recent past, but they are coming back with a team of teenage conservationists spearheading the return. This is a wonderful, inspirational story to give hope for the future. Beyond these three missions, elements of a few individual missions highlight other marine conservation issues, including coral bleaching, which is where the conditions on a reef become bad, and so the coral ejects its symbiotic protists, which without, the coral dies. There is also a brief mission where you tag invasive starfish for collection. Outside these elements pointed out in the story, there are conservation messages in the level design. You can find plenty of human garbage, shipping containers on the edge of the atoll or piled up on the seamount. The area you find the invasive starfish in is filled with bits of plastic trash, which can be devastating for marine life. often getting ingested by a hungry sea creature. A floating shopping bag looks a lot like a tasty jellyfish to a sea turtle. Other problems are only hinted at, like ships striking whales, as one whale in the pod seen in a cutscene has scars of a propeller running down her back. This is actually a huge issue, and big ships are known to hit whales with the bow, breaking bone and killing these giants of the sea. Finally, there are elements of ocean conservation I found to be strangely lacking from the game. The biggest being fishing. Overfishing has crashed the populations of some fish species, like the orange roughy, which is in the game. Fishermen also lose and abandon gear, resulting in things like ghost nets, which snare unfortunate marine animals. These can trap marine mammals on the bottom, where they then drown. Kind of surprising to me that there was not a scene where you cut a dolphin free from a ghost net. Global warming is unfortunately only hinted at, and it is really not shown or talked about outside a few bleached corals and skewed turtle sex ratios. I know that this is very different from my typical content, but I thought it might be interesting to explore how conservation topics are depicted in popular media. This video is part of an ongoing Fundamentals of Conservation Biology series with a new episode coming out each and every month. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and ring the bell so you can be notified when the next video in this series comes out. Thank you for watching, I really appreciate it. Bye.